Hello, my name is Deborah Hewitt and I'm the Managing Director and co-founder of the Lisa Lashes School of Music. I think the reason we've been so successful is it's always about your team. It's about making sure that everybody has exactly the same ethos. Lisa and I came together knowing what we wanted to achieve, the demographic of student we wanted to work with, the fact that we wanted the school to be free. We wanted it not to have any restrictions to previous experience and facilitate this new generation of extraordinary talent that could go into the music industry, but also to build confidence, self-worth and offer pathways of opportunities outside of the music industry too. If somebody needed to look for opportunities within work. The team that came together at the very beginning were PTS Training Academy, Matthew Joyce and Charlie Smith. We were very lucky that they had exactly the same, business sort of, ethos of what they wanted to create, what they wanted to see happen in their local community. I mean, any training provider with any sector, I suppose, any business would always be looking for an operating profit. And Lisa and I we were fortunate that our team, our business team, allowed us to absorb every single penny that we could into the business, into the school, allowing us to grow and build and bring in uniquely talented tutors that were absolute experts in their industry. I don't think you can imagine going to a school where your tutor at the weekend has just flown back from Australia because that's where they've been DJing, or you're hearing their latest hit on BBC One. I mean, that's not what tends to happen. I mean, personally, from my experience, I went to a full-time drama school. And a lot of the way in which we work the school is around the way that a drama school would operate. So you would have a complete blended mix of academics and experiences within the creative medium. And I think that breaks down the barrier for a student that finds concentration quite challenging. So we can have one moment you'll be DJing, the next moment you'll be taking a business class. You'll do a first aid with, the fire service will come in and deliver a first aid course, and then in the next moment you're in a production class. I think that works really, really well, but you can only do all of these extraordinary things if you have a great team that will support all of those different areas. So our team will work countless, extra hours to support where they can. So if they have to work, a late night to make sure that the students have an additional lesson for the following day, that's what they'll do. So I think it's that goodwill, it's that encouragement of the tutors really taking the role very, very, very personally. And that's why we continue to have pictures from extraordinary artists from all around the world that want to come and deliver a masterclass for us or want to be involved in some way, because that's the way that they can give back. They can give back to the next generation. They can support maybe their memory of education not working very well for them, and they can say that actually the world is your oyster. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. And I think here at the Lisa Lashes School of Music we prove that every single day. So we started with a 12-week programme. We facilitated an accelerated learning of 2 days per week over the 12-week period, so 24 sessions, covering everything from music production to event management, DJing. Now the school has really transformed and is transitioning. We involve all aspects that you would expect to have delivered in a normal mainstream school. So maths and English is covered, functional skills, employability skills, and we will really be focusing on a full syllabus so that students have the opportunity to continue their studies and not miss out on mainstream education. Our ethos was never to take over, though, to have alternative provision of a student that's just sort of dumped with us, because I think there's a real risk of students losing the interaction that they need in mainstream education. So really what we want to do is we want to facilitate the journey to rebuild a student and then to put them back into mainstream education. For us, it's always been about what we can achieve, how we can support, and it's not really a money-making exercise. So I think that the reason we are so successful and so many agencies and partners want to work with us is because we are always looking for what's best for that student. We individually map every student that we have. We look at their journey, how we can support and facilitate, and how we can guide them to the next phase. and we're proud of that. Education for us is more than just a curriculum-based activity. It's more than just GCSEs. What's most important to us is the life skills that we are embedding in our students, the confidence that we give to a student that potentially hasn't even walked into a bank before. They wouldn't know how to set up a bank account, they wouldn't know how to manage their funds. So how on earth, if they can't understand simple tasks, would they then know how to build a business or how to manage themselves or work for a large organisation? Part of what's really important to us is that we have strong, independent young people. So when they leave, even if they haven't had the opportunity to understand those skills when they are at home or in their previous school, they certainly would by the time they leave us. And if a student isn't quite ready, we keep in contact with them for sometimes very long periods of time. So I have a student that left our programme after 12 weeks, and we continue to support this student over the course of 3 months until she got the dream job that she wanted, which was to be able to become a dancer and a dance teacher. So she, I would say that we see this with all of our students. It's important to really make sure that we are always a fallback for them, even if it's just to pop in and have a coffee with us on occasion, or an ice cream. I have a really strong belief that if you give the right support and encouragement and nurture an individual, you can watch them grow and develop into anybody. They have opportunities that they wouldn't have if they didn't have that support network around them. For me, the student that has probably the most barriers to learning is the one that I get most excited about when I know that I can make a difference. They will attend on the first day and they'll have their head covered and just their eyes showing. They won't communicate, they won't interact. And to watch them go through a growth that within the first few weeks, not only does their hood start to come off, but they have a fresh haircut. I watch them going from not smiling to engaging to making friends. I think to do a job like this, you have to have an absolute love for education, supporting, and that encouragement. I think for me, the word is watching a student shine. When I can see them shine and I can see that they're going to leave us and they're going to be confident and independent and they're going to be happy, I think that's what is really important to me. The team will know, because that's when I become emotional. I'll hear a track that collectively all of our students have made together, students that come from different postcodes, that come from different backgrounds, that wouldn't mix in society at all, collectively sit together and make a track that is just so beautiful and passionate and comes from a place of community. That's why I do it. That's what I really, really love.